Okay. Yes, I see you. I see you. You know the song. Welcome everybody. Today is June 17th. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me. I miss you guys. How you been? Everybody's starting to get crazy now, starting to go visit, so you have to be careful who you visit, who you don't visit. Also, I have the feeling like a lot of feelings are going to get hurt once we're able to go about, and you have to really pick and choose your friends. No more acquaintances just stopping by for trying some wine. It's just not going to happen that way. All right. Welcome back, everybody. What are we going to get into today? Oh, well, they fixed racism, apparently. They got rid of Aunt Jemima. There you go. Which, if black people know, it's Aunt Jemima. Auntie. Okay, she married my uncle. She ain't. Get rid of Aunt Jemima. We got rid of the Confederate flag. We got rid of Sambo's. Uncle Ben coming next. Those are all positive because those are small symbols. Those are the microaggressions, if you will, of the world. If you remember cartoons, Yosemite Sam. Kind of racist. And then, Foghorn Leghorn say, wait a cotton picking minute. Oh, cotton picking minute. Ooh. Never allowed again. So there's small victories, such as the one that was won today when, is it Pepsi? Who owns Aunt Jemima? PepsiCo, I think, overall. Quaker is the brand, but I think Pepsi owns Quaker. Anyway, when Aunt Jemima decided, now we're cool, we're going to just move it off. Do you remember when they upgraded Aunt Jemima? She used to have a handkerchief, the red handkerchief on her head and be like, Rah. Then they gave her like a regular shirt and some earrings in like 1990. They were like, no, make her look like Claire Huxtable. We need to keep selling this stuff. And the commercials were super racist. Like Aunt Jemima would come to life and then serve you waffles in your kitchen. What? You're not... All right. So there you go. Aunt Jemima is no more. Racism is fixed. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I got another show. There's been a couple lynchings here in Southern California. Black men found hanging from trees. Okay. So maybe the Aunt Jemima thing doesn't fix it all, huh? All right. Look, I don't want to fight with you. I just want to point out what's happening, all right? That's some Victorville and Apple Valley. Where is that at? Oh, my gosh. Like, those where you don't want to be. The one dude was 2 blocks from City Hall. You think that's a coincidence? I don't think it's a coincidence. That's just me. Those spots out there, that is some high desert foolery. There's some tomfoolery going on out there. Okay? So for all my friends out there in the desert, whether it's Palm Desert, Yucca Valley, Landers, what else you have? Death Valley, Soda Springs, Ridge Crest. Be careful. Damn it. This shit is real. And that's 2 guys that are dead. Okay, for whatever reasons, whatever, they want to call it suicide. Yeah. Who just runs around with rope and fucking hangs himself right at City Hall. I understand it seems incredible for me to be commenting on it since I was not there. But that's what's happening, man. Look, there's real shit going on. Okay? There's real shit going on. The black, I'm just going to call it the black movement. Okay? It feels different. It feels like during COVID we all paused and we all realized in our heads during COVID part of this 4-part experiment called 2020, 6-part, who knows? Who knows when it'll end? But during the COVID part we all agreed that we had to change our way of thinking, that we all needed to be more whatever, okay? I hope you didn't choose ruthless. We all need to be more kind. Kind is the correct word. Ruthless is the wrong word. We need to be more kind. So, we decided all collectively things have to change. The world will never go back the way it was before. And then black people were like, you're goddamn right. It's never going back to the way it was before. And it won't. Not here. It's time. It's time for America to come free and let go of that Civil War slavery shit and just move on to the next century so that we can all literally create a better America. Okay? It doesn't work when half of us hate the other half. That is bullshit. That's how they make money off us. That's not how we come together to form a greater union. All right. Christopher, what are you preaching about today, you idiot? All right. I know. So, let's get down to business here. You about to lose your job. That's the song of the week. I'm putting it in the credits below. I will put You About to Lose Your Job, which is a woman being improperly detained or just say detained against her will. She was let go. Everything was fine, but she danced. Somebody made a remix to the dance. Now that song's blowing up. That's my little piece of heaven. That's how black people take the shit they're given and turn it into something wonderful. Okay? So, were we just talking about COVID? All right. Before we go any further, let's talk about Mike Gundy. I ripped him the other day for wearing the shirt and being kind of a jerk off, but he met with his players and had like he sounded like a changed man, but once again, like the Bible says, you will know a tree by its fruits. So we'll see if it's all talk or not. I don't think so. I think he saw something in somebody's eyes that taught him that if you want to continue doing business with black people, you need to recognize them as people. So Mike Gundy said that he finally got to see what OAN thinks about Black Lives Matter. And quote, "It disgusts me." That is harsh words from that guy. Usually it'd be some sort of sugar-coated, like, well, you know, both good people on both sides. But nope, he was just like, it's disgusted me. Black Lives Matter, Black Matter here. They're gonna, and I was like, all right, he's on board. It doesn't mean, well, for the fuck, you know, bowing down and shit. Like, it's not like a pie where there's a finite amount of respect. You see what I'm saying? It's not like if you give these guys more respect, all of a sudden you get less respect. No. There's enough to go around. There's enough goodwill to go around if we really want it to go around. But let's never forget that Mike Gundy said his players were strong enough to shrug off COVID-19. So if you're not going to Oklahoma State, what a pussy. You know? If you're not strong enough to shrug off COVID-19, I can't hear you. Let's also talk about yesterday's episode. We mentioned real briefly New Zealand. Had the big, you know, they had 20 days without a new case. And then they decided to reopen and have a big party, sporting event. And now they have 2 new cases. It happens just like that. It will happen just like that. It will happen just like that in America. It's happening like that in America. All right? The question today is, does Trump want it to spread? Does Trump like, nah? Because he makes everybody that's coming to his rallies sign a waiver. So obviously he knows the danger. Maybe you should just make the liberals sign that. And then just, you know, that's what he wants. I'm just saying, all right, don't be divisive, Christopher, with your both parties suck rhetoric. I know, that's me. That's a cough. Okay, you guys, so COVID-19 news, aside from New Zealand, is this. There's huge spikes. Arizona, Texas, Florida. Arizona, Texas, Florida. Huge populations. Okay? Well, not Arizona so much, but Arizona, Phoenix is definitely, they're one of the top 5 cities. So, huge spikes in these giant swing states. You know, what can you say? I mean, Arizona is divided, okay? A lot of people feel like, oh, that's all, if you're not California or New York, that's all Trump. That Trump only won 48 states, and, you know. Look, man, in the 2016 election in Arizona, Clinton, 1.1 million votes. Trump, 1.2 million votes. That's how close it was. Probably because it's a border state, right? Who knows the reason? But that state's a lot closer than you think. If you think the state is all one way, you're incorrect. We're incorrect about each other, man. We have to start changing our perceptions from the top. Because otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to go through life thinking that this guy is a plumber, therefore he's an idiot, and then hey man, how did you make $20 million? And he goes, I own a plumbing company. Oh, I just thought you were a plumber. Well, you know, you're an idiot. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, I guess I'm just tired of the stupid people. You know? Oh, you think Texas? You think Texas was crazy? Bro, Texas, Trump, 4.6 million people. And then Clinton, 3.8 million people. 3.8 million people in Texas voted for Clinton in 2016. What? That's 3.8 million people that were like, I'm going to actually go and pull the lever, so to speak, or push the button, or whatever the phrase is for voting. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We misunderestimate, to use a little George Bush from there. We're going to misunderestimate each other all the time. Because we're not looking at the real shit. In Florida, Trump only won by like 120,000 votes. That's not a lot of votes. It was 4.5 million to 4. That's a lot of people voting, I will say, in Florida. Florida's always got the... I wonder why Florida is always so janky when it comes to voting. You know, for years. 76, 80, 92, 2000, of course, the famous hanging Chad, which is great because now in 2020, a hanging Chad is a guy that's like, Black Lives Matter, bro, and then you just like, nah, go fuck yourself, Chad. You know you have a Confederate tattoo on your chest. You know you have an All Lives Matter tattoo. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Hey, I also want to point out real quick, we're talking about election numbers from 2016. Dude, Gary Johnson got 283,000 votes in 2016 in Texas. 283. Is that a lot of people? Is 283,000 a lot of people? I'm just saying our death rate right now, we're right at about 122,000. Give or take a few. And so we seem to be creeping up to that 283,000. I don't think it's all Gary Johnson voters, but that's what we got, you guys. All right? We are dealing with the... What we got now is we're back to normal. Oh, we're back. We're going to reopen. We're going to go back. We're not reopen. Okay? We're going back because the rich want to get richer while we all die, and that's how it's going to be. You're going to be seeing incredible spikes, and COVID-19 is not fake, y'all. Don't think. Don't get involved in the politics of the mask. You know, we always talk about the mask. Don't get involved. Just wear the mask. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? You know, those same guys that are like, I ain't wearing a mask because I'm a pussy, are like, nothing bad better happen to my daughter or I'm going to shoot somebody. Like, how can you expect extreme justice for one group of people and then not for another group of people? That's the talk of the oppressors, baby. That's the talk of the oppressors. To want something for you, but then not for anybody else. No. That goes beyond greed, baby. All right. What else are we talking about? Dude, there was a huge LGBT Supreme Court ruling this week that says that they're people too. Wow. Thank you, court, for letting me know that humans are humans, people are people. I guess what it goes against the discrimination bias. The huge controversy in this is that Neil Gorsuch voted with the normal people. He decided that, like, let me just read the law. Oh yeah, I like this. Now Gorsuch is no angel in voting. He's very conservative. But he came out and read the law and was like, this is what's going to happen. And I'm like, okay, that's what needs to happen more. We need to have, little pieces of interconnectedness in order to go on as a people in this country. If you want it. Otherwise, the whole shit's going to get burned down. You think that we get the Walmart, a brick thrown at the Walmart and they burn down a Chuck E. Cheese, you think that's bad. No. I think the next Supreme Court judge, who should the next? LL Cool J. He seems to always make the right decision. I don't know who the next guy would be. Let's see what else is going on. In the comedy world, Chris D'Elia has been accused of some sneaky stuff with underage girls. Although it's not sneaky stuff. It's just talking to them on the phone when they're 16, 15, whatever, okay? Now, I understand that's creepy as fuck, whatever. I feel you, okay? You're not going to catch me in your DMs, okay? I want to talk to your 42-year-old mother. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the worship of youth, but I will say this. The sexualization of youth, it's been going on forever, right? Plus, whole thing about having sex with underage girls, like, that's what all the comedies are about. Porky's, they move to college if it's too frank. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Britney Spears. Why do you think Britney Spears is a star? Because middle school kids like, oops, I did it again? No, it's because their parents. Every dad was watching. Every dad was like, I'll take you to the Britney Spears concert in 99. That was gross. That was gross dad year. That was the year American Beauty came out. The year it was okay to... I guess it was one of the last years it was okay to pedo. Ugh. I can't get with it, y'all. I mean, I know, I'm a crude, crass man who has very little capacity for free thinking up here, but I just want to say, for all peoples, man, don't fuck the kids. Like, just, there it is, okay? I don't want to, you don't got to go into it. Some comics, that's all their material. And, just don't do it. Everybody. Don't hide behind religion. Just don't do it. All right, Christopher, that was a very positive topic, you idiot. Let's switch gears. Okay. I hear you. John Bolton has a new book, and it's coming out in a couple of weeks, and the White House is suing to stop the book. Now, John Bolton is, right? I mean, between me and you, John Bolton, batshit crazy. Yes, that is correct. You were correct. I mean, that dude, he was not. He left and had to get fired because he was like, we need to bomb North Korea, we need to bomb Iran, we need to bomb this, we need to bomb everybody in order to show that we are the biggest dick on the planet, figuratively and literally, right? And so then they got rid of Bolton because he was too crazy. And then that's when they brought in Giuliani. He called Giuliani a hand grenade. Little did we know that Giuliani would just be the worst. If you hate somebody, hire Giuliani to represent them. That's how it goes with Rudy. All right, let me get back to John Bolton. So his book's coming out. Wants to bomb everything. Calls Rudy hand grenade. Oh, he published an op-ed in 2015. It says, "To stop Iran's bomb, we must bomb Iran." That's his thinking, John Bolton. So his book's coming out. Every 10 minutes now, there's a new headline about like some revelation that's, President Trump asked for China's help to get reelected, or whatever it is. And that's going to be what people are talking about. Because that's like the flavor of the month. If it was some other aspect, if it was this other book or this other guy or whatever. But I feel like more people are breaking rank with Trump for this election. Although, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Oh, yes. Oh! Well, thank you for reminding me that random note that I happened to write. All right, so we're done talking about John Bolton. The book's coming out. You're going to be hearing about it. First off, the dude is like, he's straight out of an 80s cartoon. Okay, he's like the grumpy detective in an 80s cartoon who wants to bomb Iran. That's the John Bolton bit. Listen, I promised that I would mention a couple things here for some friends of mine who never heard about him. It's actually more of a recap. Oh, well, you see, first off, we got the twofer here. This is Los Angeles. Beautiful. Green, blue skies, sweet, Swayze. And this is the Los Angeles riots. It's a playbook for what was going on in our riots. See, now we have protesters. But the first couple of weeks, or week, there was riots. And I wanted to show him what happens after a riot. So, I even though we talked about it before, I feel like everybody should know. Here's what happens after the riot. Okay? We all get angry because we're not being heard. Justice is not being served. The 4 cops who beat the shit out of a guy got off scot-free in Simi Valley. So we burn stuff. You're going to have tired firefighters. You're going to have burned streets. If Trump has his way, boom, the National Guard will show up. Look at that picture. That guy doesn't want to shoot his own people. Does he want to shoot? He doesn't. Because he's a good soldier. Goddamn. Then, here's what really happens. When the new suits show up in the old burned out buildings, that's when the change is coming. And by change, they mean a token gesture to the black community. And in LA's case, that token gesture was Police Chief Willie Williams. They replaced evil Daryl Gates with entirely incompetent Willie Williams, right? Why? So that black people would never be elected again or be chosen again as the chief? I don't know. I don't know why you would let Willie Williams get a job like that. That dude, that's like letting Ben Carson have a job. What? Did I just make a Ben Carson joke? I guess. This is Ella Fitzgerald. I'm going to end on this. Okay, we're going to end on Ella Fitzgerald. There's been a lot of stories going around about the time that Marilyn Monroe wanted to go see Ella Fitzgerald. Club wouldn't book her. I said, no. Marilyn Monroe made a deal with the club. If you book Ella Fitzgerald, I'll come sit in the front row for 3 nights. The guy was like, you got it. That'll bring more publicity than I could ever pay for. Okay? So Ella plays. Marilyn Monroe sits there. Everybody gets the pictures. After that, Ella Fitzgerald never has to second guess herself. She said after that, the money flowed. That was the turning point for her. Now, a lot of people use that story and they go, hey man, that's what I'm talking about. You got to use your whiteness for good. And I am like, yes, you do need to use your whiteness for good. However, in that story that I just retold, the club owner didn't see Ella Fitzgerald as black or white. He saw the green. He saw the money that could be made. Okay? And that's where there's money to be made. Yeah, just throw a black guy in there, man. It's going to change the whole dynamic of this. Right? And don't even get me started on Elvis. All right. That's it. We're going to end today's show on Don't Even Get Me Started on Elvis. You guys, I know there's a lot of shit going on, but thanks for joining me today. I love you always, always. Okay, I miss you. Come by and see me. Holler, holler. Did we talk about everything? Let me just give a shout out to Bonnie Pointer, founder of the Pointer Sisters, on the way out. Thanks, guys. I love you all. Take care.